a big beautiful world called planet Earth, I had like 3 or 4 ideas that I wanted to discuss in today's vlog, and maybe I'll talk about 2 of them. But you know, just so you guys understand that there's like a bajillion ideas that run through my head every single day of what I could possibly film in a YouTube video or vlog or whatever you want to call this, and not every single idea gets used. And sure, some of those ideas may be very similar to another video I did in the past, or a video that someone else may have already done. So here's what I'm going to say. The first topic I wanted to talk a little bit about is every single person on this planet has gone through failure. And whether it's a small failure, whether it's a large failure, whether it's a medium, right in the middle of that failure thing, everyone has to feel that failure in order to have success. And sure, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, because let's be honest here. I've failed on this YouTube channel once, or maybe a couple of times. And I failed in life numerous times. And I failed a few tests in high school and a few tests in college, and it's okay to fail. There's nothing wrong with fail. It's failure. It's what you do after that failure, turning that failure into success. And I know I've talked about how failure can be turned into success no matter what situation you're in, whether it's something you did wrong at work, or something you failed a test at school, or you failed at whatever you do in life. You failed at some point in your life. That you've had a failed relationship, you've had a failed friendship, you've had a failed family member that, or not failed, I don't want to use that word on a family member, but that you fell out with that family member, and then eventually you'll come back to realizing that was the biggest mistake of your life, and you want to turn that into success. Every single failure that you've ever had in your life, whether it was from a very young age, or even if you're failing now, I just want to let you guys know that there's always grass on the greener side. Or that's not right. That's not how the saying goes. I just butchered that, so that's another failure. You know, sometimes words don't come as easy to me as other things that I've done. Every single person has failed in every aspect of their life, at least once, maybe twice, maybe a handful of times. It's what you do with that failure, that lesson that you learn from that failure, to turn it into a success. I mean, I haven't fully turned this YouTube channel into success, but it's getting there. And I failed numerous times at YouTube. I even was burnt out at one point, and sure, a lot of individuals can get burnt out on so many things very easily. And in the past 2,004 days, I felt burnt out a little bit, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing this YouTube thing. I had to fail and take that burnout and that 2 weeks off in September of 2017 before I could realize that I could turn that into success. And it's not just failing once on this YouTube channel. It's failed multiple times on this YouTube channel. And I'm okay with failing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with failing in life. And that's okay. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is we all have our own stories to write. And I know I talked about love but we're not going to talk about the whole love aspect of things. We're going to talk a little bit about something a little different. It's about that when that new relationship you get into, whether it's with a significant other, whether it's with a friendship, whatever it is, every single person has that phase, not that phase, I don't want to call it a phase, that new part of that relationship or that friendship that you just want to spend as much time as possible with that person, or you want to talk to them as much as you possibly can. And sure, it may the person that you're trying to talk to may not want to talk back to you, or maybe they want to talk to you a whole bunch. It's really a matter of how they feel and how you feel at the end of the day. Because, you know, every relationship that's ever existed, whether it's me watching a family member go through a relationship and a breakup, or it's a friendship that I've been in, or a friendship that I've seen other friends get into for the first time, there's always that little spark. And that spark can last a long time, by the way. I'm not saying that spark doesn't, it dies out. It could turn into a flame, and then that flame could turn into a fire, and that fire can turn into a passion, and that passion can turn into love. There's a process for everything. This can go back to failure. There's a process from going to failure to success. There's a process to go from a little tiny ember to a full-on love for that person, whether it's a significant other or whether it's a friend. And just so you know, I have never been in a relationship with a woman, and that's where I want to go with life, is I want to be in a relationship with a woman at some point. It's always the very start of any friendship or relationship is a tiny little ember, a tiny little spark that can turn into so much more. And there's nothing wrong with it starting out small and then growing to something massive. It just takes time and patience. You know, you could be friends with someone for a year and still not fully know who they are. Or you can be friends with someone for 5 years and still not know who they are. Even 10 years you can know someone or think you know someone, and then they throw you this curveball. And same thing within relationships. Everything I've seen in a relationship, whether it's a friend relationship, whether it's a family that's in a relationship, whether it's a friendship, every single thing starts out small and then works its way up to the sky, basically. And like I said, I may not know a whole lot about relationships because I've never fully been in one, and who knows if I ever will be in one. But from what I've seen, from all of the friends that I've known over the years, and all of the relationships I've seen them in, it always starts out small, and then it builds, and it builds, and it builds, and it builds, and it builds. And then you get to that peak, that top of that mountaintop of awesomeness in that relationship or that friendship. And you still may not know that person completely, because sometimes they want to remain hidden, or they want to keep things in their family life secret. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with keeping secrets. Nothing wrong with keeping secrets at all. A lot of you may think that secret keeping is just you hiding something, like you cheated or something like that. That's not the case. It's just, some individuals don't want to tell every single little detail about them. And whether it's a deep, dark secret, whether it's a secret that you want to take to your grave, that's not a deep, dark secret, keep it that way. So basically what you should take away from this vlog today is that if you failed at so many things in life, or if you failed at one or two things in life, turn those failures into success. And make sure when you're first starting out in a relationship or in a friendship, keep it as private as you want. And then say someday you want to tell something or someone something, go ahead and do it. But make sure you can trust that person before you tell him or her that secret, because they could spill it and then your life would be ruined. And I don't know if you'd be able to get over it or have your life whole again after your life being ruined because that secret was told. You told that person that you cared about their secret, and then they told someone else, and then that person told someone else. It's a chain, basically. So, before I do birthdays, I want to say one final thing. There's a movie I'm going to go and see today called 65 with Adam Driver, and he crash lands on this planet 65 million years ago where dinosaurs ruled the world. And it's just him and this one girl survivor. I've talked about this before. I don't know how I'm gonna like this film or not like this film, but I'm gonna go see it regardless, and I might do a review on it at some point in the next like 3 or 4 days, and then I'm also gonna get through all of the Scream films before I go see Scream 6 next week, hopefully. And with that being said, we've got a bunch of birthdays to wish today, so let's just dive into it. So I want to wish Casey and Gabby Berry a happy 25th birthday. I'd like to wish Kate McGill a happy birthday. I'd like to wish, oh god, I'm gonna blank. I blanked right here and now. Let's see, who is it? Mia Frampton, a happy birthday. Shane Voight, a happy birthday, and Olivia Wilde a happy birthday today as well. Now, we only have one birthday tomorrow, so we'll talk more about that as we get to tomorrow's vlog. And with that being said, I will stay happy, stay upbeat, turn your failures into success, be who you want to be, and do what you want to do with your life. Find your love story, find whatever you can with your life, and be the best version of yourself that you want to be. With that, I will see you tomorrow with a brand new vlog, and bye-bye.